what I love about a Friday when Frankie's off? In the last segment of the show every day, we do something called the WTF. What the facts? And, sometimes, as you know, throughout the show today, while I'm talking about your portfolio and your business and all that other politics, I have been polishing off a significant amount of this jug of white sangria with beautiful fresh fruits and vegetables in it. It's so delicious. It usually causes me over the couple hours here to get, a little tipsy every so often. Not the white sangria, but I make mistakes during the show. I'm going crazy. I'm waving my hands. I'm screaming. I'm yelling. I'm agitated. I exaggerate. I fabricate. I coagulate two ideas and make it into one. It sounds totally different. And my partner, Frank Morano, who is a solid gold, stayed-in-the-wool newsman through and through. He usually comes on in the last segment here and corrects all the inaccuracies I may have had in the show. So boy, do I love drinking a half a jug of sangria on a Friday and not having Frank here to correct all my mistakes. So today, it was a perfect show. I actually made no mistakes. I don't know. Jess and Nico are cracking up laughing over there, but did I anything I did wrong, Nico? The note? No?
You're spot on today.
Yep.
You think the audience could hear you when you're talking? You do? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, now there were actually a few mistakes that were made during the production or telecast of today's broadcast. Now, my good buddy Ruben, okay, who's been part of my television production team for years, he's trying to help me enhance the value of all things content, and we're working on some really amazing stuff with animated right-wing news that'll make you crack up laughing. Hopefully I'll be able to show that to you soon. But I asked Jess to send Ruben a couple of things today, simple things. My interview with Roger Stone from last week, the intro to yesterday's show, all things that are in the library right here, and the logo that's right here behind me. That was at 10 a.m. As of 1:53 Eastern Time, Ruben is not in receipt of any of that yet. So, Jess, when you're great, I say you're great. When it's your birthday, we bring out the birthday cake, and Nico brings the donuts and all that. But, if there's a WTF for you, you got to take it like the rest of us. Nico's taking it on the chin for years, long before he joined this show. But he tried to stick up for Jess behind the scenes. He said, "Come on, we give you a free pass on the W." I swear to you, I am dying to do a show, not what's happening here, about everything that goes on around making this a show, because it's so much funnier than, I don't know. Some of the stuff that's happening in the news is so freaking comedic, I don't even know what to say about it. But we had a great audience today. Frankie's telling me what not to talk about. I appreciate that. And if you notice any of my comments, I have not mentioned anything about where anyone is going in a final destination. I just mentioned there may be some global travel. But thank you for correcting that, Frank. Today's a great day because my daughter Ava is graduating from high school from St. Joseph Hill Academy. Perfect student, amazing daughter, unbelievable person. She won the Silver Award yesterday for community service, and she volunteers to coach kids and cheerleading little young kids with my daughter Tori. So I'm so proud of her. And we're going to have Zoomification today of the graduations, graduation Zoomification. And, it's when you think things are tough, we're all in the same boat, we're locked down, we're quarantined, everything else. Thank goodness we still, for those of us, we may have lost people or not. Those of us are here, we still have each other, we have our health, we have our happiness, and God bless my daughter Ava for another in her long list of great lifetime achievements. Congratulations. I see everyone's out there doing the drive-bys and the signs on the lawns, and These kids this year got gypped, if you ask me. The proms were canceled, the graduation parties were canceled. I'm one way or another, I can tell you that my daughter Ava and her friends in her graduating class are going to have some kind of butt-kicking bash to celebrate 2020 and have some fun with themselves before they go to college. And Ava's going to Marist College, which is amazing, amazing, amazing college. And you know, if you got some great stories, I'm trying to highlight them during the week and change the tone from all the rhetoric, all the fear, fright, and hysteria of the COVID's going to kill everyone, there's no respirators, the murder hornets are coming, the rioters, the looters, they're going to come to your house, they're coming. You know, I have Barry Goldsmith on to tell us a few jokes. If you want to characterize all of them as jokes, that's, you know, fine. But I'm saying we're trying to lighten the mood every so often, too. There's not many, or there's no shows on television where the host is actually getting sauced right along with you while he's covering the news of the day. And, you know, I often refer to it to sponsors and advertisers. They say, well, what exactly is Liquid Lunch? I say it's the news with the booze. And, you know, when we're in studio, we usually get a few cocktails into our guests, which makes them the best guests on television because they're fired up by the time they go on. Now that we're not in studio, our guests may not necessarily be having cocktails, but the host is making up for it. And that leads to some quite interesting television as well, if I might add. But look, every day I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to bring you the news, try to bring you the real people behind the scenes, anything I can get my hands on. And I'm working on some really, really, really behind the scenes stuff on waste, fraud, and potentially more right here in New York City, in the New York City DA's office. And when the city is looking at and talking about cutting $1 billion from cops, we might want to start digging into all these corners and finding out how much money is being wasted in all these other parts of city government before we start taking money away from our cops and our firemen, our sanitation men, and emergency techs, and all that. It's Friday. Have a drink. Have a great weekend. We'll be back here on Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel, more Liquid Lunch.